and go from there. So yeah, there it is. Okay, so now got our spark plug wrench right here, and coil packs are out and to the side. I actually ended up just taking out this instead. It just seemed like an easier job than taking that one out. This one right next to it, it's just a lot more awkward of an angle. That one was just a lot easier to get to, so I just went ahead and disconnected it by that. So now the only thing keeping on this thing is the bolt, but I do have to take out the spark plugs first. I'm trying to do this with one hand. Okay. Alright. Okay. Oh, I forgot this was a little difficult to get to. So pretty much what you're gonna do is you're gonna get your spark plug socket this size, right? 5/8, and you're going to get a 3/8 3-inch extension. You're gonna put it in there first. Make sure it fits. That is definitely the one for that. Okay, so now what I do is I get another extension, and I put it at the end of that. And there we go. And there we go. So haven't got to the part where we're actually adjusting the valves yet. Still taking out the plugs. Coming out. So I'll just do the rest, and if I have to, this is a magnetic flashlight. Doesn't work anymore, but I gotta change the batteries. But the magnetic part still works perfect for taking out spark plugs. So something like this, where you can just get in there, or just get a nice flat surface, stick it on anywhere. I actually was working at Honda at the time, and I was gonna buy a 97 Frontier, a Nissan pickup truck, a little single cab. 1 week it was gone, and about a week later this thing showed up on the lot. And by then I kind of knew about Civics and Accords, but I never saw one of these. So definitely got me interested. And even though I only had, well, I was negative 60 cents in my account, I still drove off the lot with this. And it was my first car ever, so. Alright, so I'm gonna get 10mm bolts. Here we go. Okay, so got the valve cover off. All the screws are over there. Here we go. Now we're in there, so to speak. I just kind of moved everything to the side in a jumbled ass mess. So with that, Gonna get the gauges as soon as I find them. And yeah, we're gonna go ahead and adjust the valves. And that's gonna be a 10 millimeter. And basically the idea is to turn the screwdriver to tighten it while holding on to the wrench and feeling around with the gauge. I'm gonna go point, let me see if I can get in focus here, 0.006 millimeters for the intake, and then 0.010 for the exhaust. So here we go. So I'm now adjusting it with a 0.006. See how that drags. That's what you want. For instance, you can see it's a lot easier to move. There's almost no drag on it at all. So I'm gonna get the first row comparable to this one right there as far as drag, and then I'm gonna go ahead and do the back. Okay guys, so I'm pretty far along in this. Pretty much what I'm doing now is I would rotate the crank to whatever cylinder I'm on. So if I'm checking cylinders, well, the first intake and then exhaust valve adjustment, I'm rotating it to the up position and then checking those to see if they're correct, and then I'm getting my other size gauge and I'm checking the exhaust. So that's going to be between 0.006 and 7 for the intake, and then I believe 0.010 to 0.011 for the exhaust. So every time, so for instance, if I checked the first cylinder, when I check the second, I'm gonna rotate this ratchet connected to the bolt that actually drives everything, and that's gonna be a 19 millimeters. So you don't have to have the car up to do this. I just do it because it's a little easier. But yeah, I heard a lot of people say that it's really hard to turn the wrench and everything. I just have a 6-inch extension under there, and yeah, that's pretty much what I've been doing. I've rotated it a few times already, so you see, might not be able to see it, but right there, there is a number 4. Let me see if I can zoom in here. Right there. So number 4. We need to get it to where it says up. So that's going to be our top dead center. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this clockwise. With one hand. Not even close. I still gotta. Well, we're getting somewhere. Okay, so pretty much I'm gonna put this all together. The actual valve adjustment part is done. So now all I gotta do is put together everything the way it was, and we'll be good. Just keep tightening till you eventually just feel it catch. Okay. Third spark plug going in. Now, last spark plug. There we go. Really hoping nothing happened. The gasket and everything looks really good. So that's good. I'll keep an eye on it to make sure no oil or anything like that is leaking. Okay, so valve cover is on, spark plugs are in. Now I'm just gonna plug in the coil packs. There's a sliding bracket that you have to get the harness back in. Bolts for the coil packs. So this is what I was talking about right here. This actually slides out, and this actually clicks in with that tab. So that's what's gonna hold that in place. I started doing the bolts right there for the coil packs. And then next is the throttle body, and then the intake manifold, and we should be done. Okay, so I connected this line right here. Yeah, I mean, I can't even fit, so yeah, it should be good. Okay, so now the intake manifold goes on. Here we go. Here it goes. And then I still have my air box to put in. But all in all, it's coming together. Okay, so I just got done reconnecting the brake booster line. So now I can start really mounting the intake manifold back on. Everything else lines up really good. The airbox is pretty simple to put on. It's just some hose clamps and 2 screws really. So yeah, coming along. So everything is now put back together. There's a 12mm bolt securing the intake manifold and 2 others behind it. Then there's just 2 screws and 2 hose clamps connecting the air box. I connected the battery and then I let it sit for about 5 minutes, and then I started it up and everything's good. So yeah. So totally forgot, since this has actually been filmed, I got the K&N Typhoon intake system. So the crazy thing about this is when I got it, I knew it added about almost 5 horsepower, but the thing is, it actually bumped up my MPGs. I get about 60 MPGs now with this thing on. So for a $300 investment, that's not half bad, and it was easy to swap it out. I didn't make a video about it because there's already videos about installing it, but you know, either way, yeah, great investment. Probably get intake for every car I get.